mic is on. Day 2, ranting about love. 7 things, 7 topics, 7 minutes. Let's do this. Oh, I don't feel like doing an introduction right now. I'm Jamaica though. I wasn't good managing my time in the previous video, but we're gonna do better this time. Okay. 7 minutes on the clock, and I only have 4%, so I really need to wrap this up. 7 minutes on the clock, and go. Transactional love. I think it is so easy to navigate love through transaction, or even honestly, it's like an illusion of love because you have to get something to get this. If I present my body, I will get this emotional connection with this person. If I present monetary resources, I will get emotional benefit from a certain type of person. I think it's very sad, and however, it's been popularized through social media because a lot of people think that that is the natural way to engage in relationship with them, just by being transactional, or even just like, because I'm trying to think, like typical quid pro quo, you get something in exchange for something else. Honestly, that could be a good thing though, because if you give yourself in exchange for someone else, if you give your emotion in exchange for someone else's emotion, then it's not so bad. It's not so bad on the premise of quid pro quo. But if you look at the negative side of that, then it can easily become bad, because what if you're like the free meals? A lot of guys are scared of going out on dates and just being a free meal for a lot of guys. And I know some girls who have guys listed in their phone as a free meal. So it's a natural worry. It's a natural worry. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not going to spend any more time talking about that. It's a little bit complex. Honestly, it ties into another point I have. Next point, being ready for love, or there being a requirement of love. There is no requirement to be loved. You do not have to arrive at a place within yourself, or just in general, to be required to be loved. For someone to look at you and appreciate you, want to protect you, want to value, for someone to see value in you, there's nothing you have to do. There's no way you have to perform. Be a decent human being. Be constantly trying to improve yourself in terms of internally, how you are in character and with your integrity. But in terms of having things together, having X amount of numbers in your bank account, having X amount of knowledge, however many degrees on your wall, that is so irrelevant when it comes to true love. Someone genuinely loving you because you exist, because you matter to them, you're important. You evoke something out of them that is unique, and it's unique to the relationship between you two. That is something that cannot be determined by a measurement. So there's no such thing as being ready to be loved. We're always you're automatically qualified to be loved because you exist, because you have air breathing in your lungs and you're a person. Even animals too. Like, well, we're not gonna talk about that right now. 4 minutes in. Oh my gosh. Please, Peter, don't come for me. Okay. Social media ruined dating. Yes. What? Social media has created a breeding ground for unrealistic expectations amongst people, amongst the dating dynamics between people. Even there's no certain way that a romantic relationship, or just any relationship in general, can be navigated. There's no set way. It's a standard of respect. It's a standard of safety. However, social media got us thinking that, like, here in our 20s, guys are supposed to be funding our complete lifestyle. No attachments or anything at all. Social media got us thinking that we're supposed to function as if we're in a marriage when we've only been in a 6-month dating relationship. What are we doing? It's such a seriousness placed on regular relationships because of social media, because of what you see someone else doing. You think that is the status quo. No. Figure out what works for you and do that. I was talking with my friends at the time. He was just like, he doesn't go around judging relationships, because whatever works just works. If it works, why are you complaining? And I mean, there's that one trouble that comes with having social media so accessible and so, dispersed to everybody, that they can view it and see that, like, oh, I'm living with my boyfriend and he pays all the bills. All I do is just sit at home and look pretty. So that may work for you. What about Susie over here that can't necessarily do that, but she feels bad because her boyfriend still lives at home with his parents and is working his full-time job and can only pay his bills. Is he wrong? No. But when Susie compares her boyfriend to this other person over here, now automatically it's upsetting. And it creates a, oh my gosh, it's 2 minutes. It creates an unfair thing to live up to for guys. Oh my gosh, we're at 2 minutes. How am I gonna get through the rest of these? Okay. Which ties to my next point, tricking. So many people are out here tricking, but honestly, do we really know the real definition of tricking? Do you know that this is a profession? I'm not saying it's a moral one, but people are getting it out of mud. No emotions are attached to tricking. That's not something that you should aspire to do. It's a lot of morality that you have to not consider if you want to do that. I don't think it's right. Tricking is another video. Love versus 1 minute and 23 seconds. Love versus common sense. There's something about just being in love or loving someone that makes your common sense go out of the window. And I don't know the science behind this, but it's like, why do we get so irrational when it comes to love, doing things that you never thought you would do? Like, somebody, like, you get in a relationship with somebody and they like tennis, and all of a sudden you had no desire, no interest in tennis at all, but now all of a sudden you just you can't miss a tennis match. You have to be you have a shelf in your home with all the tennis rackets and all the tennis balls just because someone introduced you to that, and because they love it, you want to love it too. Or like, it's just so interesting, like the things you do for love, the crazy ways you will look for love. It's dumbfounding. So dumbfounding, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful too. The color of love. When I think of the literal color of love, typically you like Valentine's Day, you see red, you see pink and white, things like that. But I see love as transparent, because there's something so authentic and raw and real and about love. And it's like, how much clearer can you get? It's so exposing. Love is so exposing. I think it's such a beautiful thing. 8 seconds. Oh my gosh. God's love is strict but also gentle at the same time. I think the only reason that he went from strict to gentle is because it's because Jesus came down in human form. And that was when God had the understanding of what it was like to be human. And so he extended a type of grace that was not given to the people in the New Testament. Like Moses in the New Testament didn't get to enter the promised land because he misconducted himself, didn't follow exact instruction to the T. He didn't get struck down by lightning or anything, but he didn't make it into the promised land. All the work he did to get those people to the promised land, he didn't get to do it because he did not follow. And I know I'm going off beat right now. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about God. But then in the New Testament, with the baptism of God, through the bloodshed of God, of Jesus, now we can just we're a little bit too comfortable disrespecting God. We're a little bit too unaccountable for the things that we do, thinking that we have so much grace extended to us. It's bewildering how ungrateful we are even as well. But no, he's not as gentle now because we don't have to die or suffer direct consequences immediately anymore. It's delayed. It's a little bit delayed. Doesn't mean that they're not coming, but they're delayed. So it's like, if I'm the oldest child by decades, and if you're another older child, you share the same intimate with your parents being way less strict or way more easygoing with your younger siblings. Like, that would have never slid when I was younger. So what are we doing? Where's your backbone? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's like, same thing with God. It's like, oh yeah, he definitely got softer in terms of his wrath. I'll say that. But that doesn't mean that there's not a permanent stature that it'll stand in. Okay, I went way over the 7 minutes, but I just kind of had to get that thought out, and I really didn't even get it out completely in the most articulated way. But again, this is practice. This is challenge. It's a challenge my communication skills and just being able to speak to the camera, just speaking, thinking through a thought in real time. And I'm doing it for the love of the game. Okay, it's okay. I'll see you tomorrow.